Hi everybody, this is Mark Newgent, candidate for Irvine School Board, coming at you live. How are y'all doing? Let me throw this camera on me. I will be here for a few minutes, so if you're watching this in replay, just skip forward a couple minutes. Okay, so, ready yet? Anybody showing up? Okay, give people a couple minutes, they'll show up. So, my name is Mark Nugent. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I am a candidate for Irvine School Board here in Irvine, California, talking to you live from Mimi's Cafe. The reason why I do this is you can fake a photo, right? Looks like a cool guy, right? You can fake a video, a scripted video. You can fake a scripted debate. You cannot fake live. I will be here answering voters' questions live. You'll see my real-time responses to any question I get. If you also don't feel comfortable, hi Jackie. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can always call me, text me, email me any way you want. First and foremost, I have something happy to tell you and something sad. I'll give you the sad news first. I mean, it was good. I've had two people reach out to me this morning. They got my email, and they responded with overwhelming support. Two parents. One parent we talked to a long time. I'm not going to mention her name because she's involved in litigation now. She has two special needs kids, and she's suing the district, and because they lost her kid at school. I'm not joking. I was tearing up before my other broadcast, but I'm going to start getting teary-eyed. A little kid lost. I mean, it's unacceptable. But anyway, but there's other issues too that could be addressed if people just talked. And we need to communicate so these small problems do not become big problems. So anyway, we'll get more of that later. I just want to give you guys the good news. So literally 10 minutes ago, I got an email from a statewide organization. They said not to really say who they are or whatever, but I'm sure we have to report it. They endorsed me statewide, and they're gonna, I guess, send a check. I don't know how much they're gonna give. It's outstanding news, being that we don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars like someone else does, right? So it's good news that we're gonna get, I guess, a big donation. I'm pretty excited. I don't know if we need it or not, but it's pretty cool that we're gonna get that. So it's like an education agency statewide endorsed me. And not like it's similar to like the teachers thing or something, but it's not a union. It's just some education people that want to support me. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's like a parents organization or something. So they're gonna send a check. I just think it was awesome. So I just want to share you guys with that. It's great news. Our campaign is 100% picking up steam. We're out there every day. And the reason why I'm not out right now is it's raining. I know it's sunny here, but look out the window. Oh, hi. I'm here at Mimi's Cafe, by the way. So I'm just going to broadcast and chat with you guys. And let's talk about some issues. Congratulations, deserve it. Thank you so much, Jackie. You're getting the thumbs up for that. So on this issue, the member of the school, let's talk about the issues. I always just go down a list of talking points. Let's talk about the issues. Safety. Hey, what's up, Jose? So we, for the safety. Thank you. I appreciate that. So let's talk about the safety aspect. Remember, talk about giving everybody radios, because we know crossing guards should have radios, right? If there's an emergency, medical emergency. I also talked to some police officers, and the radios that the crossing guards and teachers can carry, they can call the police directly. So they don't even have to call 911. So let's say you're a crossing guard and you're sitting there and you see a medical emergency, kid breaks his leg, he's bleeding out. You can, the crossing guard can click to the police or ambulance, go, hey, we need help right now. So they don't have to call 911. The police officers will hear the call directly on those radios and they'll respond. How simple is that? I mean, crossing guards are literally directing traffic. They're trained by the city. They have emergency response training, and a radio is really easy to learn. You press a little button, you go, hi, this is Mark, how are we doing? That's pretty easy. Most people in the police, when I was a police officer, they got it like the first day. it was that simple. You just press the button and talk, and everybody can hear you, which if, you can't use cell phones for emergency communication. It does not work. And there's so many reasons why you cannot use your emergency communication plans cannot be employee cell phones. I'm not even to go into why. I think it's kind of common sense. It's up, Daniel. So that was that issue. So I sent an email out about overcrowding or open and honest communication. Let's talk about open and honest communication with the public. Most problems and most lawsuits can be settled with open and honest communication. This parent that called me today wanted to be listened to and her needs addressed. They were not listened to. They were not addressed. So now she has a lawsuit that she's probably going to win. And part of it, I'll just focus on that open communication. And she was a really nice lady. We talked for about 15, 20 minutes this morning. She called me. She saw my advertisement. She says, everything I read about you, I support you. Tell everybody about you. You're a breath of fresh air, et cetera, et cetera. And she was very happy to see that for the last year, I was already doing what she was worried about, what she needed. And I bet you if someone had just talked to her and listened to her issues, she would not have sued anybody. And okay, sure. So anyway, picking up the phone and just going, hey, yes, taking 15 minutes and listening to somebody and saying, okay, we can fix that, versus ignoring them, that's not good. So that saddens me, and also saddened me more to find out her kid was wandered off from school. I mean, we're not even talking about terrorist attack. We're talking about a kid wandering off from school. It happened, and now there's a lawsuit, and they told her keep it quiet. Really? That's just like the little girl Alexa, which her mother gave me permission to talk about this, by the way, so let you know. 6-year-old kid got denied food at school. 6-year-old, and they're throwing food away. And then it turns out the mother and father just lost their jobs. They're already on reduced lunch, and they don't feed the child at school. They embarrass the poor little 6-year-old. And you know what? Let's dig into that one. It's not because that cafeteria did not want to feed a child. Most of the cafeteria workers are pretty good people. They're really good people. They want to feed people. They're probably worried about losing their job. And what kind of climate is that? Is that happy staff, happy teachers? Now, why did that kid wander off? Why was the teacher distracted? Probably because they're worried about losing their jobs. They're not in a happy environment. If the teacher's not in a happy environment, remember, how your kid's going to be in a happy environment? Remember, happy teachers, happy kids. My kid's teacher, you better believe anything she needs something from me, I will help her, definitely. Count me in. Anything my kid's teacher needs, whatever you need. I want you focused and happy, because my little 6-year-old is in your class. I don't want him wandering off by himself. I don't want any danger to come to him. I want to keep that teacher very happy, very focused on all those kids. Common sense, right? I don't know. It's just you don't need a background education. Keep teachers happy. They're gonna have happy kids. Give somebody emergency radio so they can call for help. Because one of the biggest issues we have is the traffic safety. It's crazy. Last week we had 2 people almost killed in Woodbury. They were hospitalized, 2 of them, near Woodbury Elementary. They got hit by cars at stop signs. One guy and his child, broken legs and broken arms. Someone ran a stop sign. And guess what? If that guy was bleeding out and the crossing guard didn't have a cell phone even, not even a radio, someone could have died. But you know what? That radio, where they can directly contact the police and ambulance, little push-to-talk radio, it could save a life, right? A radio, which is very simple to use. Literally, I'm gonna give you a class right now. There's a little button on the side. There's a little knob, pre-programmed channels, and you press the button to talk. It's literally that easy. I'm not joking. I've carried those radios for a long time, and I'm shocked we don't have them. And I've seen schools where right now only like the principal and the assistant principal has them, and my kid's school. So that's not right. We gotta, give them the tools to succeed, and that is proper communication devices for safety, like car accidents, medical emergencies, any other issues that come up. We should be able to give our teachers and the staff and the security and safety people the ability to contact first responders directly without having to call 911. It would make sense. Someone that's watching traffic hours every day as a crossing guard is most likely going to see a car accident sometime in their career, would you not? If you're literally standing at a street corner every day and it's your job to be a crossing guard, it would be common sense to believe over a course of 5 or 10 years that person's going to come see an accident instantaneously happen right in front of them, and medical emergency is there. So that person needs to be able to contact first responders, because those lives they save with that radio may be your kid's life. Let's look at the numbers. In 2015, 38,000 people died in the United States from traffic-related deaths. That's pretty high. The most common cause of death is heart attack or car accident, right? So just come on. So, hi, Angie, how you doing? Anyway, I want to be more positive. So I got a big endorsement. They said they're going to send a check. It's awesome. I don't think we need it, but I think actually we do need it. I've paid for this whole thing myself. I've got a little bit of donations, but yeah, I'm all self-funded. I paid for this, and we're kicking butt. We did great. I did great in the debate. I prepped so much for that debate. Did great in the first debate, the 5th of October, for the forum at the district, and then again, Saturday morning, did another. We did good. I did good again. And that's from Carolyn. I really appreciate Carolyn Inman helping me as a speech coach. It also goes to hours and hours of preparation. And on the debate, I rehearsed my speech, my intro speech, a lot. I had my seconds down to exactly 1 minute, 50 seconds for my speech, word for word, right? And they gave us 2 minutes, so I gave myself 10 seconds of flex. The person that went after me, not gonna mention any names who it was, she was cut off because she was good 20. They wouldn't let her go over time. Her speech would have went to almost 3 minutes, I could tell. She did not rehearse it. They did not prepare. I was like, oh man, oh wow, I felt bad. But in the Chinese Cultural Center, they were very strict when it came to the time. Like, you need to stop talking, your turn's over. I was like, oh, that's, wow. I liked it. And then each question, you only had 30 seconds to respond. I really liked that because you can't BS it. You had to it was fast. Like, these questions were 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Preparation is key, yes, I agree. And I lost track of how many hours I prepped for that energy. I studied my butt off. I'll show you what I don't have the books on me. So the district, a few weeks ago, like a month ago, they brought all the candidates in and they gave us booklets to learn about the district. They briefed us. The superintendent, assistant superintendent, and all the senior staff people briefed us directly. Human resources, the chief technical officer, the technology officer, everybody was there. So we got to learn a lot. They gave us books to study. So I studied all those books. I prepped. I made a matrix of every question they could possibly ask. So in the first debate, they were asking me questions. Okay, got the answer. I've already studied the answers, already knew what questions they were going to ask me. And some of the stuff was common sense. They did ask me, there's 2 questions and 2 debates I'm going to tell you guys about. They asked me specifically one about mathematics in the PTA. I'm at Mimi's Lake Forest, so you're literally walking to my house. No, I'm at Mimi's in Irvine. So there's 2 questions I couldn't answer, but my responses people liked. So the first one's about math. There were, I forget the first one, something about math and what would you do to increase the math proficiency or the programs and stuff. And very complex question, someone that need to have a mathematical background to answer it. And well, first I responded with, well, we're #1 testing in the state for math first. Second, I'm not a math expert, so I would have to listen to the math department and the parents and, then take it very slow and then listen to everyone involved, then make a decision. That's it. And people like that because I'm not an expert in mathematics and that's not my background, but we have experts, right? There's nobody can know everything. My background is safety, security, and leadership and working with the federal government for funding type things. Not mathematics, that's somebody else's expertise. So you can't be an expert in everything. Where other candidates were like, oh yeah, I know everything. Like, no, you can't know everything. And then again, there was a science question in the Chinese forum Saturday, and they asked, yeah, I was honestly, check this out, Angie. So, another debate question too. Everybody was going over their time in the PTA debate. And they were like, Mar, do you just support this? And I was simply said, yes, I support that. Did I answer the question? And that was it. That was my response, like 2 seconds. And everybody giggled in the whole room because every other candidate before me was going over their time. And I was like, yes. So it's like yes or no question. You take 2 minutes to respond. Yeah, exactly, Logan. So check out. This is the second question. This is at I couldn't answer. Was at the Chinese forum. They said, what makes you unique to help our science department? And a really technical question. I was like, oh, I'm not even gonna. Okay, so this is my response, right? And it was my turn. I said, what makes me unique is like, I know what I don't know. I will listen and trust the science experts and parents and follow their recommendations. That was my response. And every other candidate was trying to say stuff. I mean, we actually have one candidate actually has a science and math background, so she was able to answer those questions. And kudos to her. She's an expert in that field. I'm expert in safety and security. Anyone that would argue technical points with safety and security with me is, unless they, like, I worked with them, they have 20 years background in that too. They're going to lose the technical argument because I will cite you case studies and this and technical. I will give you a lecture at the PhD level in safety and security. So let's do it. You know what I mean? But you have to be honest with yourself, what you do and what you don't know. You have to know what you don't know. Do not pretend like you know everything. That's always good advice. You got to be honest. And I was honest. And both times I got messages on Facebook saying, I saw your debate, I will vote for you. I like what you have to say. I was like, wow, that is awesome. And people can sense BS these days. They know it. So like, that's why I do these live videos. I'm the only one doing live, period. Just me. The other candidates, they don't. But it was all right. Actually, part of my speech, I poked fun a little bit at them about the age. Only because they didn't release their ages, and I released mine in my candidate statement. I'm 38. I'm proud to be 38. I did 20 years in the military. Eventually, I'll be 60, 70. I will be old too. So what? So I poked fun during the speech. I said, hey, I am the youngest candidate at 38 years old, and I've already accomplished all of my professional goals. I got my college degree. I got the rank of captain. I was a commander. I got my 20 years in the Army and my pension. I got my retirement pay. So I have the time to do this. I can do the 20 hours a week on the school board. I can meet that commitment. I'm unattached, right? Oh, I agree, Maura. And there's actually 2 candidates I like, but I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to give them votes. So it's not all, we don't all hate each other. Most of us are parents. But yeah, there's a couple of people I like, definitely. But let me tell you my background, guys. I grew up in Northern California, a very poor area. Growing up most of the time, my brothers and I lacked basic necessities such as food, clothing, transportation to school. And when I was 16, I was freaking homeless. No parents, just me, living place to place. And my high school teachers and my high school principal got me into the military, gave me a whole new life. I was able to go at 17 years old, become a soldier. And, I told, in both times I closed both debates, was saying, when I was 21, my first deployment, it's a long story, Angie, but I was on my own at 16. I was basically homeless. I was homeless at 16. It wasn't my fault. And that was that. So, when I was 21, my first deployment, I throw a rifle on my back. I got on an airplane to go to combat in a place I never heard of for people I didn't even know. How hard do you think I'm going to work for my children, my friends, and my community? So, I'm not going to quit. I'm young. I have a lot of energy, so that's that. Well, both parents are dead now, Angie. At the time, they were not. So you were scared, I'm sure. Being 16? No, actually, I didn't. I was just a 16-year-old kid having a good life. I was like, whatever, just deal with it. You don't realize you're poor at 16. Looking back on it, it's like, wow, that sucks. But yeah, it was frustrating having no clothes, no food. The free lunch I got at school was a lot of times the only time I ate. So it's weird now that I have money to buy food whenever I want. And I feel bad because there are people in Irvine that are struggling, believe it or not. And some of the kids are going hungry. It's sad. So, but as far as deploying, I'll show you guys the photo. I actually held up a newspaper clipping. Me and the wife, she was crying her eyes out. I have a photo of me in front page newspaper. I was getting on the airplane for the deployment. And I didn't shed a tear. I was like, well, what's all? My whole platoon was there. We're getting on this airplane. We're getting on a C-17. We're loading the Humvees up. It was time to go. They're like, okay, guys, say bye to your families. Put the rifles on, and you're going off to war. And my brother was there too. So I got on the airplane. I was drowned. I was fine. And then my brother wrote me a letter, and I opened it up on the airplane as we were taking off from Fort Bragg. And that's when I broke down. But the guys in my squad, they comforted me, sucked it up, and went to war. That's it. Just a young kid. We did what we had to do. So this is a lot easier, guys. This is a lot easier. I will never quit. I will keep going. I will fix what needs to be fixed. I will be the voice for you guys, for the little people. Thank you. Thank you, Logan. Well, I am in, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm sniffling. I am here at Mimi's. It's raining outside, so I'm just going to talk on camera for a while. Of course I'm in a better place, but there's a lot of people, Angie, that are not. And again, parents are still struggling. Yeah, Irvine's a decent place, but there are parents that are struggling. There was a little, like I just mentioned earlier, there was a 6-year-old that was denied lunch. A 6-year-old. There was enough money in her account for lunch. What the school should have done is given her food and call the parents. And if they couldn't afford it, put them on free lunch because they have money for free lunches. The mother and father just lost their jobs. They live in Woodbridge, but they're struggling. And the mother posted all over Facebook. She was very angry, and the parents told her, the school told the parents to keep it quiet. Like, no, we're literally throwing away food. They always make extra food, right? And they're throwing it away. And a little 6-year-old isn't being fed. How are they going to learn at school? And you don't know that child's background or what's going on at home. They could be starving at home like I was, but we're too embarrassed to speak up. You think a 14-year-old kid wants to admit they're poor and they're struggling to have money for food? That's horrendous. And there's no excuse for that. I mean, once I get in there, I'll personally raise the money. We'll have a fundraiser. We'll put $1,000 in the hand of every principal and say, you know what? If this was what it takes, here's $1,000 for each school. And if any kid doesn't have money, you show up and you freaking tell them it's covered. But you don't have to do that because they're throwing away food. And there's actually federal funding set aside to feed the kids. So we need to assist them to apply. It's, what's your opinions are on this or that or welfare? A little 6 or 7 or 8-year-old kid, they deserve to be fed, right? Doesn't matter. It's not their parents' fault. What if they had not taken care of me? What if society threw me away? Would I really be here now helping out? Well, Angie, I just want to do the next 4 years. I want to get more good people on the school board in the next elections. And I don't even want to go more than 4 years. I'm okay just doing 4 years, fix what needs to be fixed, and move on with my life. Because I'm just here for my kids. Truth be told, if it wasn't for my children, me and my wife would probably be in Southeast Asia, living on the beach, just relaxing, enjoying our lives, running out the clock. I know we'll win, Angie. I feel it. There's so much frustration. And you know what else is? I've got total bipartisan support. I've got Republicans backing me. I have liberal Democrats backing me. I have everybody. The liberal newspapers are writing good stories about me. 2 liberal newspapers. And then you got the Republicans backing me. It's simply amazing. I'm sorry, I got a little teary-eyed. But not feeding kids is kind of a sensitive subject for me. We're all focused on high test scores. Got it, we got high test scores. But you know what? But what's it going to do when you got kids starving? They're hungry right now here in Irvine. Yeah. Yep, it sure is, Melissa. Not serious. It happened. And child's name that recently happened was Alexi, Stone Creek Elementary, and her mother's name is Lauren. She gave me permission to talk about it publicly. And it's that. You can actually, she's on my friends list. You can ask the mom. She's very public about it. She's very upset. And the mom and dad, they just got laid off on their jobs and they're struggling. They're already on reduced lunch. And I guarantee you we're throwing food away. And a 6-year-old. And then I talked to my friend Urania. Her 15-year-old kid says they deny kids lunch at high school too. I'm like, whoa, that's embarrassing for a kid. Why? No, you need to feed them. Focused. You need to feed the kids, make them happy, take care of the teachers, make them happy. Happy teachers, happy kids. How complicated of a concept is that? I don't have an education degree, I have an education background. I'm a parent that knows you gotta feed the kids. That's where we're at. And people are like, oh my God, really? I'm like, yeah. And people try to cover it up. It's just not good. But we can fix this right now. We can fix this November 8th. And I will be your voice. And, a year ago, I got involved with the district. And my intent was 2 hours a week. Just get involved 2 hours a week and fix the safety plans because my background is writing security and safety plans. Traffic drop-off, basic, radio communications, things like that. Too easy for me, right? And I was ignored. The members of the board, the first time they greeted me, I'm going to just be honest, was at the debate. How are you going to ignore a parent for a year? He has to get on the ballot, has to freaking pay all this money to actually, for you to talk to him. I was not treated well this last weekend. And only then do they shake my hands in a debate every year later. That's what they think of us, and that's not right. And I hate to go negative, but that is the truth. And that's the last time I'll say anything negative. Let's be positive here. I don't want a negative campaign. We're going to positive campaign. And my fundamental is definitely positive campaign. So guess what? Let's have an affirmative message. We're going to take care of our own. We're going to stand up for what's right. You're doing great. I wish I could vote for you, but my child not district. A fed child is receptive learning. What you can do, Melissa, which is better than any money. I don't need your money. I need your help getting elected. So guess how you can do that? Your time is valuable. Your time is more valuable than the money. Go on social media and spread this video. Tell everybody about it, in Irvine. Message them. Send a few private messages to people. Strike up a conversation. That's huge if you really want to help me. That would be big. Simple. Don't have to get, if you want to make a donation, then great. I'm not going to say no. But again, I need it. What we need, because that money is spent on advertising. And what's better than advertising, any mailer, is a human being like you talking to somebody and going, hey, check this guy out. Ask him, talk to him directly, see what he has to say, see what the good things we can do. That is more valuable than money. Because at the end of the day, this money that you donate that actually is, goes to, the campaign, gets spent on advertising. That's what it gets spent on. And at the end, if there's any money left over in the accounts, we'll go ahead and donate it or something, I guess. That's what I'll do. Anyway, is it still raining out? It's still raining out. So what's up, guys? Done. I got the spot in. Hi, Kate. How are you doing? Hey, Kate. I'm just here hanging out at Mimi's Cafe at Bronca and Culver. Next to my office is right over there. And came here to do some work. And update some. Well, I wouldn't say. Work on the campaign. I'm 100% focused 18 hours a day on this campaign. 100%. Not quitting. And we're going to win some campaigns so hard. Yeah, actually, it's really, I love breakfast food. Absolutely. If we ever go out to dinner, I'll probably order breakfast food. I always do. And I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up and never had breakfast. I think we're going to win. I really do. It feels good. I'm getting phone calls all the time, getting messages all the time. They're seeing the signs, or they heard about me, or they see the website, or they see the live broadcast. I'm literally getting recognized in town, which is really interesting to me. I actually had a college kid, I think it was last week. He's like, "Oh my God, it's really you!" And I was like, "What? Really?" I was like, "What? Am I kind of famous now?" I'm just a guy, So, and then I met a celebrity last night. I guess his name is Maz. I feel bad. I guess he's like a famous comedian actor. On Sand Canyon. Well, if you want to move them, you can, Kate. Got it. I'm unemployed, but studying. Definitely spread the word, by the way. Carolyn is my 6th grade teacher at Turtle Rock Elementary. Well, Melissa, Carolyn Inman endorses me. I spent 6 hours with her going over my speech. That's why I did so well, is I have a really, really good teacher. I have multiple teachers endorsing me. Right here, she's a teacher. She's an Irvine Unified School teacher. She's one of my volunteers. So don't believe the signs. Irvine teachers support this candidate, that candidate, because we all have teachers helping us out. Okay, that's the truth. She's a teacher in Irvine. She's a substitute teacher. She was my kid's teacher the other day. She goes to every school, and she's out walking the neighborhoods for me. Carolyn Inman, a retired teacher, she's helping me out on social media. She's one of my advisors, my trusted advisors. I like her. And we have total bipartisan support. I've got, Republicans backing me. I got Democrats backing me. I'm touched. I'm like, wow. And I really like school board race because I don't have to get in partisan politics. I don't have to be a Republican or Democrat. I don't have to do that. I just focus on the issues. Let's say safety for a LGBT kid. Nobody, I talk to Republicans and Democrats and say, you know what? We have a 12 or 13-year-old LGBT kid. Don't they have the right to feel safe at school? And they're going to say, of course. See, we can cross party lines. We cross all religious barriers, everything, and say, you know what? No matter what, this is what they need. Because I got a 6-year-old. I got a 6 and a 13-year-old in there. If we all hit our parties. Well, the thing is, Kate, if we all hit our parties, that's how they support each other. Hey, Steve, how you doing? That's how you get things. Unfortunately, that's how the system works. Except for the school board level. But there is some partisan politics in there. You better believe there is. There is endorsements there are party endorsements involved. I can tell you I'm the only one getting any right-wing support. And also, there's a couple, should I offer my coffee? Hey, you want to say hi? Talking to people. Hi. We're at Mimi's Cafe. I do this all the time. I'll talk to her for a second. No, you can fake a photo. You can fake a video or scripted debates. You can't fake live. People can ask me questions. This is all public.
That's so
They can ask me
nice.
questions in real time,
No
and then I
kidding.
respond.
I love that.
You know, you can fake a sign. What does that tell you?
Yeah, no, you're the real deal.
I've been recognized from here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Her name is Shala, by the way. Not waitress. So what was I talking about? I forgot. Let me figure out what I was talking about. I forgot. Anyway, I'm the only one that has certain endorsements. I really don't want to advertise it because that's going to make it partisan. Hey, what's up, Will Gray? Will yesterday came with me, and we were walking neighborhoods yesterday. Maz Jabani is an awesome comedian. Many HO stand-up specials is when he's coming central. He has good people. Yeah, I was hanging out with him last night. Check out my picture. I posted a picture with him last night. And we were at a congressional little shindig, actually it wasn't a private party. Not many people showed up, and he was like the surprise guest, and he hung out with us. So, and I Googled him and I started listening to his stuff last night. And I actually reached out to his agent and to some of the people to see if he would be interested in speaking to kids about bullying. And I'm also going to see if Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, would be interested in speaking to high school kids here about anti-bullying. And I think he actually might, because his last movie, he said in the movie, his lines were like, he hates bullies like 20 times. And I think that's awesome. So I have an idea of bringing in some celebrities to speak out against bullying. And I don't like bullies at school. I don't like bullies in government. Because remember, some of those little bullies, they go to big bullies in government, and that's not right. People try to bully. I think he'll do it. I think he'll do it, Will. I'll go talk to our local congressman. Last week I've already talked to Mimi Walters and Ron Fairstay. So I have a relationship with the current congresswoman or her challenger. Either one. There's a relationship there. I've already been talking to their assistants. They irritate all of us, Kate. So I'm telling you, I've already talked to the 45th district congressional offices, both of them. So I can get a request in through either office to The Rock. So he'll get a request from the congressman to help us with the schools. I'm sure I can do that. Mimi Walters and Ron, I'm sure Mimi or Ron will probably help us. I'm just going to say they go out on a limb, talking about kids' safety. I'm saying they're probably going to help us and make a phone call to The Rock for us. And I'm actually surprised how easy it is to get these things done. You just have to care. Well, the thing is, I want to prevent the bullies. You know, if The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, comes to our school district and says, you know what, I stand up against this kind of behavior, you better believe all the boys will go, wow, I want to be like him. I mean, one of the most famous celebrities can say that, and you meet him face to face in that school and he says that, they're going to talk about that for 10 years. You know, and we have tons of celebrities down the street in LA. Why are we not using them and asking them to help? Last night I talked to Maz, and I heard him speak, and he was talking at this little hallway, we're just hanging out, and he says, yeah, I believe in this cause and that cause. He's a human being with his beliefs, and they were good beliefs. You know, he believed in this and this and this, standing up for what he thinks is right. I bet you there's a ton of celebrities that will stand up and, you know what, I'll come speak for 30 minutes to some high school kids about what I think is right, and because what they think is right is what we think is right, and we agree. So, Mike Trout from Angels too? Sure, why not? Let's leverage all the celebrities. They live they're our neighbors. And you know, I bet you right now, there are probably some celebrities that have kids that go to Irvine schools. And they'll be like, you know what, my kids goes to so-and-so elementary school. Yeah, sure, I'll go speak at the school. Why not? And it's going to be fun. That's one thing we got to focus on. School should be fun, right? Let's talk about all these issues. It should be fun. My high school wasn't. You know, being 12 or 13, I have a 13-year-old. It is hard being 13. It sucks. It's bad enough just the age, let alone all these other issues. So my husband knows, but he can't tell. I know, right? I bet you if we asked, you'd be surprised what you can do. Like, let's talk about asking for help. Being humble enough to ask for help. The city has 3 traffic engineers. They've already offered to help school drop-off plans for free. Who the celebs are. I'm sure I have the voter registration information right here. I can scrub the names. I have them all right here. I got to take the time to go ask them. And I'll knock on their door, or just probably give them a call and say, hey, want to come out to the school and talk to some people about yourself and what you think about this issue? They'll probably say yes, and it'll be fun. So we can have lots of interesting speakers talk to people, bring in and make it fun. You know what I mean? It's got to be fun. Life is too short, you know, and that's why I do this. I like it because it feels good to help others. I like helping other parents. You know, I've had times where I've had money and been broke, right? Now, another millions or millions in bank account, is that really gonna make you feel good? It might help a little bit, but are you really gonna feel really rewarded? Are you gonna have honor, respect, trust from others? No, that's all earned. You know, the content of your bank account is, you know, isn't that important. How about the content of your character? That's way more important than your bank account. Now let's say, of course, we need money. Duh, we gotta have money, right? All of us need to be able to have transportation, basic necessities. But once your basic needs are met, what really matters to you? You know, my two favorite people in the world have no money. My kids, my 6-year-old, my 13-year-old. I'm their source of money, and they're my little ones, right? So guess what? Money has no bearing on my love for my two children at all. Nothing to do with it. And you know, I work hard for their respect and love every day, including doing this. And then I look at other parents that I care about, and I see that they love their kids just as much as I love my kids. And it hurts me to see other parents mistreated in their families, and that sucks. And you know, I spent 20 years, you know, serving our country. You know, I guess now I'm just going to keep going with what I'm doing. Now that military, so I'm retired from the Army, I'm just going to keep doing this for their community. I mean, why not? It feels great. I like meeting people. So it is what it is. But we're gonna win. It's still raining a little bit. Sorry, got emotional this morning, especially we talk about not feeding kids. It gets to me. Then finding out that a kid wandered off from school, it happened. It happened recently, and now there's a lawsuit. You know, things that are preventable. We need the rain. I know, but it's not conducive to doing anything. So today I was out looking for some of my signs that were missing, and I was actually tromping through like the bushes, and I got my suit pants all muddy right now. So that was because of the rain. So that's that. A positive note. I saw your video, something about hospital too yesterday, Kate. So you got people messaging me. Just for a few more minutes. But I want to give everybody the chance to ask me questions because, again, I do this. If you're just joining us, you can fake photos. Boom. You can fake a video, a scripted video. You can script a debate. You cannot script live. I'm here with you live right now. This is the real me, just hanging out. What you see is what you get. My mom was in pain yesterday. I'm sorry to hear that. Yesterday, I had an event yesterday. Went to a congressional thing, hung out with Maz, that one guy, talked to some good people, got some more votes, etc., etc. Usual. Tomorrow's Tuesday. I'm going to speak at Orange Coast College tomorrow. The college kids from last week, they invited me. They're excited, like, oh my God, it's the guy from Facebook Live, and come speak with us. I was like, oh, okay. And I am getting better with the public speaking. A long time ago, I didn't like it. But now I realize the effect it has, and now I've practiced so much, and I'm getting pretty good. And we're gonna rally the troops. We're gonna do great things. I just left my son's IEP. His went well. OCC. I went there. Oh, cool. Yeah. There's this week. There's supposed to be a special education forum. I believe Thursday. I gotta reconnect with the district to make that happen. Also, there's the IPSF Gala this Saturday. I'm trying to get a ticket right now. So if you guys want to get me a ticket for the IPSF Gala, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to break into that social elite. I'm the poor kid, the homeless kid that's going to win the election. How cool is that? A little kid, you know, that you thought nothing of, now is taking charge and leading. Love it. You know, and we got lucky too. Also, have note, we are at the top of the ballot. I don't have a photo with me, but I'm at the top of the ballot for Irvine School Board. Remember, Mark Newgent right up at the top. You cannot buy that. That's some luck. So I think, anyway, top of the ballot. Let's just focus on that. Top of the ballot, number 1. I'll be there. Remember to vote. And again, my responsibility to you as a voter doesn't end November 8th. It just starts, it's November 8th. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. My responsibility to you as a voter starts November 8th, not ends. You guys, I'm still going to do Facebook Live because I like it. I love people. You can still talk to me. If you're a parent, you can still engage with me. You can still text me, call me, anything you guys need. I'll still be here. I'm not going anywhere. My responsibility just begins November 8th. For 4 years, I'll be on duty. That is my responsibility. I take it very serious. And I will be very available. And if you need me to, I'll come to you. If you need to talk to me, again, you can call me, Facebook me. I'm open to public scrutiny under Facebook Live. I like doing live. So anyway, there's no Kate Coleman. LOL, the ugly duckling, so to speak. Never judge a book by its cover. 100%. 100%. And you know, I was bullied a little bit in high school. Like, not much though. I ended up, fighting, and I was a sophomore, and no one ever bothered me again. But, I'm not a small guy. I'm like almost 6 foot tall. I'm fairly muscular. I'm kind of like a linebacker. So I did have some smaller guys try to bully me to think that they could just put me down because they're actually way smaller than me. And they're really scared, really. But my physical size, I'm actually a really kind-hearted person. But when you meet me, I'm actually quite tall and physically fit. So I think that can be intimidating to people. And some people try to verbally put you down. And it's like, why? Just be my friend. I'll do anything you need me to for you. I don't know why. It's the kind of thing when I engage with the school board. I started helping them. I tried to help them. I honestly, genuine, would help them behind the scenes with my knowledge and experience. And they did not listen. So here I am. Chances are, if they would have just listened to me, I probably would have volunteered in their campaign. Because we're all parents, right? Just trying to do the right thing. I think it's hilarious. But here we are. But back to the bullies, yeah. I don't like bullies. But again, some bullies are kids too. Bullies are human beings. So we have to reach out to them, I believe. And again, I'm not an expert in psychology. I don't know. And I will talk to the experts. But I just have the idea to leverage celebrity superpower to come in and say, hey, this is what right looks like. This is what I believe in. We should teach them, not pity. We need to teach them, Kate, because you don't know that bully, that's a 12-year-old kid, he's a bully. You don't know what he's suffering as well at home. Yes, there always is a reason. We can help them. We can help with the mental health for people. But I just have the idea that lead by example. And, I think people look at me and they go, wow, it's, all this stuff in the military and this, and I believe I'm a strong person. And I say, hey, you know what? I find this unacceptable behavior and I won't tolerate it. And people go, okay, well, if the boss is saying it, well, then I agree with the boss. And we need to get more strong people to say, this is what I will not tolerate. This is what I believe is right. And that's it. And strong people that stand up for the right thing, other people will follow. And we can prevent it before it even happens. I think that stigma of mental health needs to be stopped. I agree with you, Kate, and that's not going to be solved overnight. Like the school drop-off thing for the traffic, we can start working on that in the next 30 to 90 days. The stigma, you're talking a generation there. So that's going to take 20 years. It's a long time. Where again, I'm focusing on easy stuff we can do right now, like the radios. We can reduce risk by a lot. Give everybody an emergency radio, crossing guards that are watching traffic every day, all day. They need to have a radio on them so they can call for help. We can fix that now. People's behaviors and stigma and their thoughts and how they think, that's hard to do. But leading by example and saying, having an assembly, bring Dwayne Johnson in, or a famous football player to say, hey, this is what I believe is right. That's easy stuff. We can do that pretty quickly. And chances are the celebrities will probably do it for free because they're human beings. I bet you there are celebrities that live here in Irvine that will go, you know what? That sounds like a cool idea. I'll go talk at my kid's school. And we find out that so-and-so's dad is a famous actor or baseball player. When I went to high school, I'm reading kids' comment, by the way. When I went to high school, they had a group counseling session during lunch recess for kids, and they talked about things. I think that's great. I think it's awesome. That's actually one thing I agreed with during the debate was mental health stuff for the kids with another candidate. I was like, yeah, I actually agree with that. I think that's a good way to spend. I think that's good. So that's that. So some of the other candidates were all parents. So some of us, a lot of us agree on a lot of things. How to do that is kind of how we differ. I believe in open and honest communication with parents. I believe in reaching out to people. And again, I have the time to do that. I mean, look at this, in the middle of the workday, and look what I'm doing. The other candidates are lawyers. They're out working. I've got my retirement at 38 years old. I'm good. I've done everything I want to do in my life at 38. I'm good. That's it. I'm good. So it's all for the kids now. Albert Pujo lives in Irvine, baseball season. Oh, cool. So we could probably get him to, talk to the baseball team. Those baseball kids in high school, they'd be like, that's their hero, right? I'm not a baseball fan, so I don't know who that guy is, but he probably has children. He's probably a good father. And what a father wants is the respect of his children, right? My daughter, when she found out that I was doing Facebook Live and Periscope, I had thousands of followers on Periscope. And I was the coolest guy in the world to her. I was like, what? I've been trying to make you like me, respect, I'm trying to earn your respect for the longest time. And all I had to do was go on live TV. Really? It's all I had to do? And she's like, oh my God, Dad, people, you're famous to people. And I was like, oh. Okay, that's what kids want, you know what I mean? He has no foundation. Hi, Anthony, how you doing? There's Anthony Quode, ladies and gentlemen. That's another person he actually does care about the traffic situation.
Just say hello.
Anthony came out to my neighborhood the other day, and he witnessed people firsthand almost getting hit by cars. He actually jumped out from traffic and stopped the car from hitting the kid. So, he didn't have to be to do that. He just showing up to my neighborhood and helping us, bring attention to unsafe drivers around the schools, which I'm concerned about is that's a big thing. Just like I was the only Irvine School Board candidate that went to the OC LGBT Center and talked to those people and say, hey, I'm running for school board. I'm concerned about the safety of LGBT kids. Why not? And they were like, wow, you have our support. So, it doesn't really matter what I said. I was there. I made it a priority to go support those people. Now, Anthony, he came out and he made a priority to take a couple hours out of his day, and he came to our neighborhood. And I was out there with him. I was the only candidate out. Me and him were the only candidates out with Woodbury Community Watch going, wow, this is pretty bad with this traffic situation. It really, again, what we said doesn't really matter so much as our actions, is we were there. We made a priority. We took our time to listen to people, and that was impactful for the community. That's all you got to do is care. This isn't that hard. And like Anthony said, people criticize this or city leaders or this person, but there's nobody stepping up but us. Out of 250,000 people that live in Irvine, only 6 people stepped up to be on the Irvine School Board, me and 5 other people. That's it. City council candidates, there's 11 of them. Out of 250,000 people, only 11 people said, I will lead. I will do community service voluntarily. Mayor's race, 250,000 people again. 4 people, Marianne Guido, Catherine Daigle, Don Wagner, and Gang Chen. That's it. 4 people out of 250,000 said, I will be the mayor. I will be the leader. I'll step up and try to do my best. So I respect every candidate, even the ones that I disagree with. I respect them because they stood up for what they think is right. And, for whatever their reasons are, they're doing it. They're trying. And they're putting themselves up there for public scrutiny. Yeah. But there are some disagreements, of course, in my race. I've been totally neutral with the city council race. Hey, Amber, how you doing? Amber is also retired military. That's about Amber. I like when people pop in, I'll tell them their stories. So Amber Marie Kirby, I met her first in 2005 when I was in the 13th Military Police Detachment when I was on bike patrol and a desk sergeant. Well, yeah, I guess so. Okay. So anyway, back to Amber, and she owns a company in North Carolina that trains dogs now, because in the Army she was a canine dog handler. She had an attack dog, and I can't remember if her dog was a bomb or a drug dog, but she trains dogs to be attacked, police dogs. And I'm not sure if Amber's dog ever bit me, but when I was in Bosnia, I put the bite suit on. You put like a sleeve on your arm, and the dogs bite you. You start running, and it's really scary because see this 200-pound or 100, whatever, these really big dogs are vicious. They're coming at you, and you have to you have this big sleeve on your arm, and you have to let the dog bite that. And you have to make sure you have to guide your arm into the dog's mouth as you're running away from the dog. So it's kind of scary. But the dog handlers, like Amber, always they'll always train, oh, can I get your dog to bite me? They're like, sure. So if you ever see a canine police officer, if he doesn't look busy, say, "Oh, can I put the suit on and let the dog bite me?" And they might say, "Yeah, sure," because the police officers with their dogs have to do so much training per day or per week. So they'll log that as like training. So they'll take your name and say, "Yeah, here, put the sleeve on." They bite. Now I don't know so much about civilian police officers, but in the military, sure, anyone just put it on, they'll bite you. But and the civilian police officers might have insurance kind of issues with that. But Irvine Police Department, if you guys want me to, I'll put the bites on. Let your dogs bite me. You can. I will do that. No problem at all. I'm not afraid with that. It's only thing is they're really the dog's strong. So like after I put the bite sleeve on, I have this like kind of a welt right here in my arm, but it went away in a couple of days. But I wouldn't want to wear the bite suits, but because you can't. It's like this big like Marshmallow Man suit. You run and they bite your legs and everything. I just put the sleeve on, and you just don't panic. If when the dogs are trying to bite you, just give them the arm. It'll be fine. And what's funny is I kind of know the commands, so I mess with the dogs every now and then. So, and the dogs are really well trained. So if the dog's coming at you, I'd say the magic words, and the dog might sit when he's supposed to bite me. It's kind of funny. I remember my friend Betty Marini. She's a dog handler. We were both deployed to Bosnia years ago during the war, and I remember I'd mess with the dog. I'd give the dog commands, and she's like, "What?" The dog's supposed to listen to me, so. But the dogs, this is just a game to them. They're biting you for a game. They're not angry. Just, But anyway, I just thought I'd tell that story about Amber. Amber's a good friend. I really like her. If you're in North Carolina, Fort Bragg, and need to have some dog training, Amber is one of the best. Amber Kirby. And, you could click on her profile and send your love to her and say hello. So hi, Neil Allegan. How are you doing? Srinavis Kanda. I don't know how to play that. So how you doing? Srinivas, welcome. This is me. I'm Mark Nugent. Running for Irvine School Board here at Mimi's Cafe in Irvine, California. Is it still raining? Is it still raining outside? Let me see how long I've been broadcasting. I probably need to go in a minute. But so I say hello to everybody in your campaigning. Manuel, what is up? Emmanuel Amaya, he is a former, I'm not sure if he's still in the Marine Corps Reserve, but he's a Marine Corps guy. And his brother, I served with his brother twice. I served with his brother when I was a young private at 18 years old. And again, 18 years later in Hawaii, I served with his brother. And he's a true warrior. And his brother is a real awesome warrior. And he's one of the nicest people you ever met. And he's one of the most hardcore combat warriors I met in the Army. And he was one of the nicest people at the same time. And his brother, Mike Sandoval, is now in Upland, California, and he is a high school teacher. So, for California, when Mike Sandoval is your teacher, I wouldn't bother him. But the chances are he's seen so much action, and he's really a calm, really nice person. And you never think some of the people that you think that are teachers and just people, you're the man. Thank you. It's kind of, when you think it's funny, Manuel, your brother's teaching high school kids and they think they're all Billy Badass and like, yeah, I'm the man. And you're like, no, the teacher, that's somebody that is seeing more war than anything you ever want to see in your whole life. And he's good. He's a good leader. And he started off as infantry guy and ended up being a platoon sergeant. And had all these awards and all these accolades and heroism awards from combat, multiple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, fighting on the front lines. I mean, you guarantee those kids are very, very safe in that school. That guy, without a question, put his body in front of bullets for those kids. So, I mean, he has before. So, good guy. Really, really smart guy too. Really smart. So, Manuel, how's his daughter doing? I hope everything's good. It was funny. When I met your brother again back in 2013 or 14, I met him again. We're sitting there and we're talking about our past, and we're sitting there in the office, and he's like, "Yeah, you were in this unit." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, that was you." And we were in the same unit when he's like a year or two older than me, so I was like 18. He's like 21, and he was Corporal Sandoval. I remember back then. I was Private Nugent, I was a Private Nugent. He was Corporal Sandoval. Remember, I was really kind of nervous around him because we go to parties and stuff, and I'm just a private. I was an 18-year-old kid, and he's like a 21-year-old corporal. He's the boss, So it is what it is. I miss Mike. After the election, I'm gonna head up to Upland. I'm gonna go see him. I'd say this election, I put 18 hours a day into it, and it's quite time consuming. But it's quite rewarding though. And I'll share with the Manuel. We today I got a big endorsement from a state organization, and I guess they're going to be sending me a check. I don't know how much it is. They just like literally an hour ago I got the email, and they're sending me. They said mail us your information, and we're going to send you a check for your campaign after you win. Right? Yeah, man. I can't afford any day. I am outworking. My rivals are outspending me by a long shot, but I am outworking them. I am out there every day, 18 hours a day, because I have the time. I got my 20 years. I'm retired. I have this time. And I think you should advise vote for me because I have the 20 hours per week to put into it. We got like one guy, he's a corporate lawyer. He didn't have time. I mean, he might be a great guy, but if you don't have the time to put into this, then why do it? And again, this school board thing isn't a full-time job. It's again 20 hours a week, and we get paid $500 a month to do it, which I'm okay with. I don't really need the money. I just want to do it for my kids' schools. And all the people I met here, I made a commitment to them. And Manuel, we take that stuff pretty serious. You're welcome, Kate. Thank you. We take that stuff pretty serious, and when we commit and to say we're going to do something for our friends, we mean it. We're not going to just, we don't quit on the people we love. So I'm just checking my battery here. I have a battery pack for this thing. I just got this a couple days ago. Okay, cool. See, it just lights up when it's charging. Oh, it's got a flashlight on it too. Isn't that cool? Semper Fi. What's up? Well, I'm Army guy. Semper Fi. Army strong, or be all you can be. I'm 20 Army veteran Oscar Garcia. Manuel, though, Amaya, he's a Marine Corps. You want to buy a house again, Manuel? Okay, yeah, I had another battery pack the other day. I gave it to my daughter. And, I can't wait till she gets over here. What's up, Neil Elegant? How are you doing? Here, I'm sure you've seen my campaign stuff, Neil. So Neil, I introduced Neil. Neil is the husband of my wife's college friend. And he lives at Rancho Cucamonga. My son enlisted for the paratroopers. He goes to Georgia in June. That's exactly what I did. I went to Delta, 1st and 19th Infantry Battalion for basic training. Then I went to Airborne School, 1st 507th, I believe. And then from there, I went to 82nd Airborne. And I served as an infantryman in the Alpha Company, 3rd to 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment. And I also deployed with that unit to war. And he wants to be a cop. Oh, I was a cop. After that, I became military police. Hey, Denise, how you doing? What's up? What's up, Denise? Hey, Denise, and I got a big endorsement today. There's some state organization is going to send us a check to help us win this election. So I'll share that with you. Well, thank you. Yeah, if he has any questions about it, he'll probably end up in the 82nd Airborne in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What's up, Billy? Billy and Denise. Hey, everyone. Billy and Denise, actually, I served with Billy. I deployed with Billy, and his wife, Denise, is here. And they live in Germany, and I miss them dearly. One of the things I'm going to do after the election is I'm going to go visit them. And actually, earlier this year, I thought I had a spinal cancer, and luckily I don't, but I had made peace with it. I was like, okay, 6-9 months, why not? I'm just going to go see all my friends. I'm going to see Billy in Germany. I'm going to spend all my money and just go take a world trip because I have life insurance for the kids. I'm good, right? Just go enjoy 6 months of traveling the world and not fight it. Just going to accept it and live life the best I can. But no, the doctor said I'm good, so no cancer. So I'm solid, very healthy. And so I'm going to visit Billy. I'm going to visit after the election. I'm going to visit everybody, do more marathons. Hopefully the next marathon in March for Los Angeles. I've done the 3 marathons in Hawaii, which is beautiful. But anyway, yeah, miss Denise and Billy. Deployed with them. When I got out of the military I was only out of the military for 90 days. The first time I went right back in. I went and spent a month living with Billy and his wife. Hung out with them in Germany because I was stationed with him over in Germany. Yep, sure am, bro. And we're going to win, man. We're going to win. They may be outspending me, but I'm outworking them. And I always tell everybody, I do this Facebook Live because you can fake photos. Boom. You can fake a video, a scripted video. You can fake even a scripted debate. but you cannot script live. I'm answering your questions in real time with genuine responses. This is the real me. A lot of people, they have trouble accepting that. What you see is what you get with me. There's no some hidden agenda or some different personality. This is the real me. Just sometimes goofy, sometimes emotional, but it's me. That's that. I think I'm an emotional person, but I've been told I'm not very emotional. I think that's kind of funny because I think I'm sensitive, but I guess sometimes it doesn't come across that way. It come across as just very serious like this, right? My liberal arts teacher says if you want to be something, you have to hustle like 24/7. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you got to work hard. You got to be smart too. Like I was very smart at this campaign. I've been very strategic. When I decided to run, I waited till the last day to register as a candidate because I did not want the district putting another candidate to steal votes. So right now it's a very, very competitive race and it's a very good chance to win. Because like in 2012 when Carolyn Inman run, my friend Carolyn, there was 9 candidates. So she lost because there was 9 candidates. She lost by 700 votes. Those additional candidates stole votes from other people. So this race, last day, me and another friend, we did that. So, oh yeah, it was very smart, very smart. So they didn't know until the very last day that I was going to be on the ticket. And, what's even more so is a little bit of luck that we're top of the ballot, also the ballot designation, because my job for the last year has been military, so I was able to put military designation on the ballot, Army captain. Yeah, that's strategic, that's smart. You know, and like this is how I feel, right? When it's red, white, and blue, that people love the signs. Let me flip the camera around so you guys can see it. People actually really like the logo. Like this. Let me show you the logo, guys. People really love this. The American flag and how it looks. People dig it. And I actually spent a lot of time designing this, like days on end. So, and that resonates. People like that logo. They like the whole, what I have to say. Hi, Urania, how are you doing? It's another one of our friends right there. Urania has 5 children that go to Irvine schools. So I hope it's all is well. And ugly signs that look better than other ones. Yeah, I know. And truth be told, some people have been stealing them, and only mine, which I think is hilarious. That means we're winning when people are targeting. When you start becoming a target, you know you're winning. And I keep getting people sending me photos of signs next to their houses, people putting yard signs out, which is amazing. So we're going to win. That's that. And there's a lot of other details I could tell you guys, but it would really bore you. But we're really doing great things. But if you're here, please tell everyone. Hashtag winning, exactly. Please tell everybody. I don't even need your money. Just go tell everybody. Because the money that you donate, if you want to donate money, by all means, it's awesome. But the money's spent in advertising. So go advertise. Mark is way better than the other ones. I agree, Denise, but I keep a positive message. I try very little to say a negative message. There's actually an article I sent to Billy last night. I still cause some hearing voters. Definitely not a puppet. Now, there was an article written by a news outlet yesterday about me, very favorable to me and very critical of other candidates. But I don't think I want to share that because it's a negative message. And I don't want to bring a negative attention to anything. I'm just going to simply ignore my rivals because I wish them no ill will, their parents as well. So I don't want to sit there and badmouth my political rivals because at the end of the day, when I get elected, I got to take care of their kids as well. So we're parents. That's it. So I wish the other rivals, I respect them. I wish them well because they're trying too. And yeah, I might disagree with some personality stuff, but at the end of the day, they have children. I have children. That's what it's about. So I just ignore them. They got their things going on. I know my campaign is really strong. Let's focus on our issues. Let's focus on a positive message, an affirmative message for what we're doing. And that's what we're going to focus on. So yeah, of course I have personal feelings, but whatever. Let's just focus on the message. Let's focus on, fixing school lunches. Let's focus on fixing the drop-off plans. Let's focus on giving, good emergency communication devices to the staff and teachers. Let's focus on, making sure these teachers, teachers are treated well, have happy teachers and have happy kids, right? Let's make sure the teachers have good working conditions. Because remember, your teachers' working conditions are the students' learning conditions. The teacher's unhappy, the kids are not going to be taken care of. Those teachers need to be beaming happiness. They need to know that they are taken care of, that we have their backs, that their pay is good, their benefits, everything. They need, especially their mental health. I'll tell you a story. Here we go. This is a good one. People don't quit jobs because of their pay. They don't. I had a job years ago. I was making well over 6 figures. I had full benefits, retirement. I had it made. Money was never a consideration again for this job. Go to my kids, okay. Go to my kids' school. They're happy, being people. Awesome. Well, we have 37 different sites. But anyway, I quit that job because I was treated bad by supervisors. It was just an unhappy place to be. I quit. The money was not worth it to me. Well over 100K. Not making that now, but well over 100K. And I couldn't take it. I was like, you know what? This is not a happy place. Feels like life is too short. It's not worth some paper money. So I quit. So guess what? That was a great paying job, full everything. Give me an extra retirement. I'm like, not worth it. Good morning, Martin. My children are very happy helping you. Thank you. I know we'll win, Arania. I know we'll win. But so people will quit. Let's tell you another story, a positive story. When I was a company commander, I had 2 unit administrators, right? And this one, she was a GS5, making what, $3,000 a month? Not much at all. $2,800, $3,000 a month, 40 hours a week. This woman, her name is Maria, and she did a great job. I was like, why do you do this? You don't get paid much. I wouldn't do it. And she says, because I love it, sir. She says, sir, I love this job. People take care of me. People treat me well. They respect me here. I'm happy to come here. She wanted to go there every day. She loved it. She was the best at her job, and she was awesome. And she did it for the love of the people. So, and only $3,000 a month in Hawaii. She could easily get a job making 2 or 3 times that there in Hawaii, but she didn't. She worked at the Reserve Center making us a few $1,000s a month because she believed in what she did, and we treated her well. She was really happy. And when I took over as a commander, I treated her well too. And she took care of me, and it was a very happy time in my life working with those people. So, again, it's not always about the money. It's about the working conditions. It's about the dignity and respect for people at their work. And that's what we need to worry about, is make sure they're taken care of. And make sure they always take care of our kids. That's it. It's so simple. Happy employees to happy kids. I don't know why we struggle with that concept, why we overcomplicate it. My daughter's 5th grade teacher was laid off from other Irvine schools, so I got her 5th grade parents write letters telling them they just need to find him a job district. Well, that sounds like an awesome story. Let's read more. The 4th grade kids in my school find him a job, and now he's a 4th grade teacher in my kid's school, and he is the most popular teacher there. It's awesome. See, that's a happy story. And again, schools vary widely here in Irvine because there's 36 different schools, 37 different sites. So that's huge. We have 2,880 employees. That's a big organization. So there's always things going on, that big of an organization. With 32,000 kids, there's always stuff going on. It's huge. That's, I was, when I was a platoon sergeant, I had 30 guys, right? There was a lot of stuff going on. I was a company commander, I had hundreds of soldiers. There was a lot of stuff going on there. And then a battalion brigade. The brigade had thousands and thousands of troops. I was friends with that commander. We had a lot of stuff. I worked for that guy. And I worked in these large organizations. You can guarantee there's always things going on. My daughter's 5th, okay. So, anyway, let's focus on the happiness. And I know teachers are probably out there going, oh, who's this guy? And I said, I'm the guy that's going to be your best friend. Trust me on that one. I'm going to take care of you. The problem at my kid's school is when the teachers are great teachers, they move up to administrating in the district. We were happy for them, but we miss them too. They're so awesome. Well, that's a good news story because we need good people that understand how to take care of people to become leaders. People actually like it when I tell them. I said I grew up very poor on welfare, no food, no clothing, no car, no electricity, and homeless. And people are like, wow, I want you in charge. And it's because they know the adversity creates compassion and humbleness. I think so, Billy. And I always want nothing but positive message. Oh, 100%. Well, 3 more weeks, guys. 3 weeks. It's still wet out. Oh, it's still raining. It sucks. It's still raining outside. So, can't do much campaigning when it's raining. Let's see. Let me look what I got. You know what's funny is my to-do list is on my phone. So, what time? Actually, I do have a meeting. What time is it? Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to UCI here in 30 minutes. So I could talk to you guys for 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to an event. I'm probably going to see the congressional candidates here in an hour. At 12:30, I've got to meet some campaign managers that are high-up people. I'm not going to name drop. Yeah, I know. It's I have to meet them at 12:30 at UCI. I know Ron Ferris is going to be out there and a bunch of other people. And we're going to have a strategy meeting at 12:30. Again, this thing just keeps falling together, and people just keep stepping forward. You guys are amazing. You know, I got an email this morning. We got an endorsement from a giant organization. It's some education organization for the state. They said you got our endorsement, and we're sending you a check. So I have no idea. Maybe a couple $100, maybe thousands. I don't know. Maybe we'll have enough money to hire a campaign manager and train. I know, right? So we'll see how much money they give us. So it'd be nice because I spent all my money on this. So it'd be nice to recoup some of that. But again, at the end of the day, the money will come. So I'm not worried about it. But, it's going to be good. And then now I got this campaign manager, this other campaign. He's a campaign manager for another candidate, but he's willing to trade his services. So he's going to help with my campaign for free. And then in turn, he wants me to help with his real estate company. I was like, sure, I'm pretty good at real estate. I got a license and pretty smart. So I'll help you out. How cool is that? Hi, Peggy Huang. How are you? Thank you so much, Urania. How are your kids doing? Is everything fine? I even got high school kids writing stories about me too. I got high school kids reaching out. It's kind of cool. I think University High School is writing a story about, it's because I'm using the Facebook Live to campaign. I'm not using mailers. I have minimal signs. You know, I put the postcards on people's doors, and they said it's a revolutionary idea to use Facebook Live. And I like Facebook Live. Let's connect to people. I like to get caffeinated on coffee and talk to you guys. If you guys didn't notice, sometimes I have a lot more energy than others because I do like coffee a lot. I don't drink or smoke or do drugs, but I do like coffee. So I admit it. We all have our vices. I like coffee. The millennials love this. Well, I think if you truly like people, you like broadcasting. The numbers are about 1% of people broadcast and other 99% of people watch. Oh yeah, I definitely like coffee. I can't drink any coffee after 10 o'clock at night. That might keep me up a little bit. I think I wouldn't be doing too well if they took my coffee maker away. If I ever lost that thing, I'd be... Right, that's the start of the day. I can go without food and water, no coffee. I take it back. Coffee and water, that's what I need. I can go days without food. You know what's interesting? Speaking of food and basic sustenance, Billy can attest to this. I've been out to dinner with him so many times, and I always eat everything on the plate, every time. And it's unfortunate because you're growing up starving. You don't know when you're going to eat again. You sit down to a meal, you eat everything you get because you don't know when the next meal is going to come. Eldest is waiting for her Keurig and is dying. MRE coffee, gross, man. No gross Denise, we're not doing MRE coffee. I was at training last June for a couple weeks, and they got all the MREs we could have. We were at the logistics base. I was like, I didn't eat much. I lost a lot of weight out there. We had our meal with dirt in the morning and meal with dirt in the evening. Our evening, we had hot breakfast, hot chow, but it had all dirt in it because it was dust storms every day, and it was just dust everywhere. She just crunching on dirt trying to eat. And then the only thing I would eat is the crackers and cheese and the MREs. That's it. Look at my videos. Look back you'll see it. There's a video. We're all in the chow line, and they're serving chow, right? And there's a dust storm all around us. I have it on Facebook. You can look through my videos. It's on there. And it was me and this Lieutenant Colonel Joyce. We're sitting there, and she's waving at the camera. And if Colonel Joyce Hobson, she's actually an actor in Hollywood. She's in my reserve unit. Yes, they are nasty. Anyway, and you should see her. She's a black female lieutenant colonel that's in a photo with me on my Facebook. She's actually an actor, and you see her waving in the camera. Really pretty lady too. She actually just graduated a very prestigious acting school. The same acting school that Tom Cruise, all the top actors graduated from. It was like a 2-year hardcore acting school. And it was funny is we were at training. Check this out. So we're at training, right? And Billy's going to get this. Me and this lieutenant colonel. I'm a captain. She's a lieutenant colonel. We're in training, and everyone thinks we're cussing each other out. But she had to do a reading, right? of a script. So I had to videotape her script, and then videotape her acting reel, and then sends it into the producer that she's going for this television show. So, and we had to cuss each other out, and we're sitting there like this office, right, in the field, and we're cussing each other out on this script, and we're reading each other back to, like, who do you think you're talking to? Blah, 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 back and forth. And all these young E3s and E4s are like, oh my God, the colonel and captain are cussing each other out. And like later on, I'm like, no, she's an actor. We were just helping her run lines because she's got to videotape herself for a role that she's going to get when she gets back and when she's done training in a couple weeks. So that was hilarious because all these poor kids were terrified. They thought me and Lieutenant Colonel were cussing each other out in front of everybody. And we kept doing it over and about 30 minutes. We're just back and forth, running these lines on this like 3-minute scene. And that was pretty funny. But she ended up, I'm not sure if she got the part or not, but the video I made with this phone actually, and this tripod, actually came out pretty good, and she was able to send over to the producer. Oh yeah, well, it didn't really fly. It was about an hour later, we talked, and they're like, what, you cussing, what's going on? I was like, oh no, just that. What school is that? My daughter is American Music Dramatic Academy. If you want to email, Joyce Hopson, JoyceHopson. You look at the picture, I don't have it with me, but it's on my Facebook. There's me, and I'm in my uniform, and there's a black female, really pretty. She's like kind of smiling, and that's her, and she's tagged in that photo. So just ask her or look on her profile. You'll see the school that she just graduated from. And I was at her graduation, and you see a picture of her. I don't want to say her real age, but she looks like she's 21. I think her kids are like way older than that, but she looks like she's 21. She's a health and fitness guru. She looks extremely young, and I was like, you're how old? What? I was like, you look like you're 21. But I went to her graduation. It was, I can't remember the city. It was near the ocean in LA. Not Santa Monica, but somewhere around there. And it was at this nice hotel. And they had Halle Berry was their keynote speaker for the event. So Halle Berry graduated that school, Tom Cruise, I mean, like all the list actors. And they graduated about 86 students out of that. Believe it or not, I was in the arts. I did some acting in high school. I was an actor. I did some plays. And matter of fact, I got an email about the arts. I'm supposed to fill out some paperwork for my official opinion on the arts. So you can put up on the website to say, what does Mark Nugent think about the arts? I've just been so busy, I have not even filled that paperwork out. But here's my official response. I do support art. Art did help me with my confidence, helped me with, I was an actor in high school. I did plays, drama club, and it helped me. I didn't do football team. I did do fighting. I was in wrestling and judo, so I was physically fit. And I did the acting thing. I really liked the people and the performers. They just were all so fun all the time. I wasn't a jock, but I was just the actor. So that's my official response. 100% support art. I think it's great. I think it builds confidence, and it's just a fun crowd. I think we definitely should have a full spectrum of activities, including art, including sports. There's a lot of guys like football, some guys like track, some guys like rowing, some guys like cross country. Speaking of cross country, I talked to one parent, and I have her name written down. She wanted me to notes that the cross country tournament, or this track and field tournament that attracts 15,000 people from all across the country to Irvine, they could not get support from the police department or something. I don't know, it's like someone wouldn't pick up the phone to make some coordination, and an event that drew 15,000 people to Irvine was not held in Irvine, in this Irvine's event. They got to go to like Chino or something. Hey, take care, man. Stay around. But how much money would that have been for the city to bring in an event that drew in 15,000 people, athletes from all over the country? That would have been huge. A track and field event, all that helping our businesses out. And she said someone just didn't want to talk to someone in the city. Again, communication. You're not talking to people. The city missed out on an event that's 15,000 athletes alone. Let's not talk about their families and coaches, but 15 athletes. Yeah, I gotta go in like 5 minutes. So 15,000 athletes would have came to this event. It was a lot. I'm like, wow, yeah. And she said but there was something wrong, but the school district didn't call the city to coordinate something. And again, I'm seeing the same things over and over again. Okay, so traffic, all we gotta do is call and ask for traffic help. all I have to do is ask for this, this, and this, and it costs us nothing. Why are we not asking for help? Why not? Is it an ego thing? What's going on? Again, I'm going negative, but you know, why? But sometimes I gotta call common sense. Gotta call. It is what it is. We gotta admit some things need to be fixed, and these are easy. This is easy stuff we can fix in like 30 days, 90 days, 90 days. We can get a good assessment, figure out what to do. We can get things done happening now, not 5-10 years from now, but right now we can fix stuff. So that's that. But I've been talking for an hour. It's 11:45. I'm gonna go over to UCI. I will 100% be more broadcasting again because it's raining and I cannot go knock on doors. I can't talk to people, and I actually like Facebook Live a lot. So please do me a favor. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell everybody to vote for me. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, November 8th, vote. Your vote counts. And my service to you just begins, does not end. You know, when I'm elected, I have to listen to you. Remember that, and I will. You guys know I love talking to you guys. I love hearing what you have to say. And if you want to, I'll meet with you. You guys can come, let me know. We have coffee, we can talk, we can have lunch. We can go walk the precincts together. I am 100% available. I'm retired at 38. I have all the time in the world to support my community. And I'll listen. I have the time. I can do this. I'll probably be doing this 40 hours a week. It's so much fun to take care of my community and take care of other parents. And you know, if you're struggling, single mom, 2 kids, and you know, anytime, you can contact me anytime. I will listen. If you have issues, I'm here. That's it. I can't do much more than that, and I'm here, and I will do the best I possibly can. I will connect you with the experts. We'll take care of you whatever. Okay, and please, let's have somebody talking. Oh, he says, Mark, call me when you get to UC Irvine. I have a member of the College Republicans meeting for us. Wow, I'm getting support from Republicans and Democrats all over the place. Isn't that awesome? How cool is that? That we're having support, total bipartisan support. So you guys are awesome. I love all of you guys. Kate, if you ever want to meet with me, let me know. You or anybody else. I'm literally I'm at Culver and Barranca Parkway at Mimi's. So I'll meet you guys here. We have coffee. There's Denny's over there. And I really want to listen to you guys, what you guys have to say. I want to hear it because the parents have the solutions in the district. It's not some magical, complex issues. We can just listen to the parents and listen to the community. They will solve these problems for us. We just have to listen and take care of them and do our jobs. Most of these things are so easy to fix. But anyway, I got to get done. I'm done campaigning. Love all you guys. My phone number is 949-529-0497. My personal phone number, 949-529-0497. My email, mark.newgent@kw.com. That's mark.newgent@kw.com. Or you can just message me on Facebook. I also have WhatsApp. I think I have Line. I have a whole bunch of social media you can message me on. But Facebook's easy. Text me, call me. If I miss an email from you, call me. I will always pick up. I will always be polite. You call me 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be polite to you. So call me whenever. I'll do the best I can to answer your phone calls, get back to you guys. And that's that. All right, guys. Love you guys. Take care.